My name is Kris Hood. From San Antonio, Texas. This started 3 years ago when my stepsister, 2 years and 3 months after my stepmother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, took her to a lawyer and had her write an event of future incapacity letter naming her as the guardian. My dad was living there when all this started. They were both 86. Dad, although he was a GS-13 on an Air Force base and then ran actually the recreational facilities for security service, which was 11 bases around the country, never did finances at home. He married 2 bookkeepers. So when my stepsister Debbie Catalani moved in, she took over the finances, and Dad was fine with it, but he wanted to see it. You know, he just wanted to check it, and she would never show him anything, and she would make sure she ran to the mailbox and wouldn't show him his mail. So he went to the bank and found out that even though there was a legal agreement for her to get paid $1,500 a month for living in the house, free room and board, $1,500 a month, she was only in the house 2 months when she started paying herself $1,800. 6 months later, she was paying herself $2,100. And by the time we figured this out, she was paying herself $2,200 and running up thousands of dollars on their credit card, on Jack and Billy's credit card, where she was a regular signer. We got all the financial documents and sent, my dad hired a lawyer who he had known for 15 years that I didn't know ahead of time. So we got all the documentation and we took it to Judge Rickoff's court, to Sue Bean, who is the investigator. Now remember, I didn't know any of these people before then, and I was totally all-American. I believe in America. I believe in the justice system. Had no idea this kind of corruption was going on. And we took it to her 30 days before the first hearing, and we showed, look, this is what she's embezzled prior to this hearing, when she had no legal justification for doing it at all. Her only justification is my mother said I could. Okay? And so we took it to the court, and fully expecting that even if my dad wasn't made guardian, because he was 86 years old, and we understood that a financial institution would. Okay? They came into court saying Dad was demented and I was stealing all the money. Okay? I've never touched a cent of his money, have money of my own, don't need his money. Anyway, so that was their thing. So the Judge Rickoff sent him to a person at the premier psychiatric institute in San Antonio, to the premier forensic psychologist. And he wrote a report saying Dad is fully mentally competent, has a plan for taking care of both Billy and her money, in which I'm giving you documentation for in this, and that he would get a financial institution to look after her money. Well, we go into court, we give this to Sue Bean 30 days before the time. The day comes of the hearing, Judge Rickoff pulls everybody into chambers. Our lawyer says, Judge, the law says the husband first. That's Probate Code 883. He's supposed to be community administrator. The judge, who doesn't like women, who's notorious for not liking women, and my dad's attorney was a woman, says, no, what we're going to do is we're going to make this woman guardian. We're saying, Judge, we have a 6-inch stack of financial documents showing this woman has embezzled. She even charged her attorney on Jack and Billy's joint credit card. And he didn't care, because he rules by cronyism. And I have made it my life's work to get that judge either impeached or off the bench. I started a website called JudgeRickoffSucks.com. I was able to go into court. Oh, he also got overturned by the 4th Court of Appeal because he wasn't following the law. I've issued my dad's behalf, I've issued a complaint with the State Judicial Commission, which clearly shows he didn't follow the law, and the Fourth Court of Appeal agrees. I've become a lightning rod. His campaign, your client will win. Oh, and by the way, Lamar Smith gave him $5,000 on his last campaign, and Lamar Smith is supposed to be in Congress as the top of the Judiciary Committee. Okay? And I just sent him an email the other day asking him why he gave him $5,000. It's just, it's this, I could go on and on. It's not just my case, it's 100 cases. I know of 12 complaints to the Judicial Commission just in the last 3 years since I started my website. And yet everything's kept a big secret. And nobody knows. And in fact, Judge Rickoff himself sued the State Commission on Judicial Conduct and said they were a joke. And they are a joke because he's an elected official. Things need to come out in the open. I'm done.
What do you think?
We want our country back. And the way to do that is to get our courts back.